Hey, hello everybody. How is it going? I wanted to do a reading today for the signs of, okay, I did Aries, Sagittarius already, so this would be Leo and Aries, Sagittarius, Leo. Hello, my brain. Yeah, Leo. Okay. Yep. Okay. I don't know why I thought there was another one. Maybe that's a message. Maybe you're looking for, feeling like there's something missing, but there's not. Everything is there as it should be. Okay? Just give me a second because I'm just, the lighting in here, it is what it is, but it's tricky here. So I'm just trying to get some more light with a different screen. But actually maybe, because these overhead lights are really like bright and I don't want them. Maybe we can move. Is that better? Yeah, that's all right, hey? You know, it would be nice to have a better camera. It would be nice to have a different living situation that was more appealing to the eye, that felt more comfortable. But the fact of the matter is, I have everything I need, right? So, and I'm saying this because, you know, this might be a message for somebody as well. You know, it's sometimes we find situations, persons, places, or things unacceptable to us, but it is what it is, and in fact it's exactly as it should be at that moment in time. And in our mind it's unacceptable, right? But it's actually perfectly acceptable. And I'm not saying that for everything, but you know what I mean. It's in my mind it's not ideal, but I also have everything I need, right? So I try not to allow it to hold me back from, you know, doing readings for the public on my channel. And, you know, starting this business that I've been wanting to do for years and trying to get going for years, and always allowing things that I feel like it's not perfect, so I'm not going to start just yet. I'll start when, right? When it's ideal, when the conditions are perfect, right? But it's just, you kind of just start where you are, right? So I'm not giving advice or anything like that. That's not what this channel is. It's just, you know, I'm just sharing with you my own personal experiences, right? And real life experiences. And maybe they resonate with you as well, right? Or somebody out there. And, you know, it's never to really give advice. It's just I'm reading the energies, right? When I'm using my cards, I'm just reading on the energies that are already here, picking up with them. And tarot, it doesn't control our life, or it doesn't, you know, dictate our life, but it's just reading the energies that we currently have to work with, and so that we can actually work with the energies with a more aware, or you know, with an awareness of the energies, so that we can actually work with them, you know, to their best capabilities and our best capabilities, right? So that's just a little one-off there. Okay, so I have a little bit of a pre-poll here, and then we'll just kind of clarify. I just kind of took out the cards. I was just kind of playing with them, not playing with them, but just kind of reading the cards. Like the Psychic Tarot by John Holland was really calling to me, and I haven't used it in a while, so I just kind of pulled it out, and I got some cards, and I figured, you know what, that's kind of there's, you know, it's just picking up on the energy, so why don't I just roll with it, and then we can pull some clarifiers on camera here. So Leo, this is for the sign of Leo, wherever that resonates for you in your chart, sun, moon, or rising. In fact, you don't even have to be a Leo, but we all do have a fifth house, right? So in our chart somewhere. Okay. So dolphins as well have been significant in my awareness. I've been picking up on them. So it's, a lot of lighthearted energy, and communication, harmony, just lightheartedness, joy, freedom, and just a really lighthearted energy. Communication as well, appreciation of the little things, freedom, wide open spaces, which the number 9 has been popping up for me, which also speaks of horizons, oceans, and boundlessness, as well as the, boundaries and limits and things like that. So it's a bit of an oxymoron of a number, right? Or idiosyncrasy. I can't remember. I should clarify those terms for myself, because I've been using them a lot, not exactly knowing if I'm using them right. But okay, so Leo, the base chakra came out. Okay, so that has a lot to do with, it could be childhood roots or things stemming from childhood that are perhaps coming up for you right now. It's also like sense of security, a sense of self, security within self, self-esteem, mother connection, your connection with your mother, or and from childhood as well. It is the home base, right? And so we do require a stable base chakra located right at the coccyx, right at our tailbone. Okay, it's where that Kundalini energy sits coiled, right? Nice and comfortable. It's kind of the foundation, right, of which we work and perceive and everything else through which it's done, and the lens through which we see it. So we need a nice stable root chakra that is not in a fight or flight mode, or like the constant fight or flight or freeze, which so often many of us are, right? Because of just the day-to-day, the go, always the overstimulation, with social media or advertising, always feeling like we need to be doing something, always feeling like there's no time, it's just accelerated motion all of the time. And that's not a state that our nervous system should be living in. It's not a baseline state that we want our body and nervous system to be in. That's not a baseline. It's a survival mechanism. It is for dire situations, right? Because it changes the entire makeup of our body, or like the entire functioning of our body when we are in this state. Okay? And many of us don't realize that we're actually in this state, because it's just like a constant. It's just a baseline that we've come to. And that's not good, right? That's where, because it's for the fight or flight, or like, situations where, it's like you need to act, and you need to act now. It can be life or death, or an otherwise very threatening situation. Right? And it's not just back in caveman times. I mean, those are times where we have that now, right? And so it's important that we have that system to function for us in a healthy way. But it changes the function of our body, okay? So that, we have the adrenaline and the cortisol pumping through our body, right? The stress hormone and the adrenaline. It shuts down certain functions of the body to work properly, so that I can utilize the energy, only necessary energy that's needed. It changes the autonomic nervous, systems within the body, like our heart rate, our bladder, our blood vessels, our hormones, like things that should be functioning. It changes everything, okay? And it's like that increase in the stress hormones. And so it's supposed to only be for a short period of time that we are in this state, and only for dire situations. It shouldn't be a constant baseline state that we function in, day in, day out, sun up to sundown. No, that's how we get sick. That's how we get physically sick, mentally, not well, literally, like, the free radicals, like all of those things, like that's how we get so much of our illness, right? We need to be in a rest and digest state, right? And that's where our body is just, it's not like unaware, it's not like so comfortable that we're unaware, that we're not, that it's like a slowed, but it's just an objective, like healthy place to be in, right? Our breathing is slowed, everything's just working as it should. Our body is able to heal, because that's another thing when we're in this fight or flight all the time, always running late, always feeling like we need to be somewhere, do something. Our body's not able to sleep properly and heal properly. It's all of its energy is going to these, which should be short-term system functioning. So, meditation, going for a walk, trying to just quiet the mind, kind of self-reassurance, reassuring yourself in the places where you feel that you need that from others, right? Self-validation, self-security, everything is okay, all is well, I'm safe, I'm secure, all of these things you can give yourself. Self-care, taking a bath, allowing yourself to have breaks in your day, reminding yourself, that you're okay to be just where you are right now. Everything is just as it should be right now. Everything is okay right now in this moment, okay? You're safe, you're secure. Okay, so that was a big spiel on the base chakra, but for some of us out there, maybe we need to hear that, okay? And hydrating, water, healthy snacking, just anything you can do to kind of give your body and your energy and yourself just a little bit of a boost, okay? Okay, 11 could be significant. The number 1 or 11 could be significant. It's really, so the number 1, it has a lot to do with the architect, the creation. It's like the starting point, the foundation, really, right? And it starts simply with awareness, and simply with space, okay? Space. Create the space within your mind. Create the space within your body, okay? Our mind, our bodies, they're very intelligent works of art, and oftentimes given the space, just given the space, it will do what it needs to do on its own, oftentimes. A little support maybe, but, so when we think about tension in the muscles, things out of alignment, overstimulated, overactive mind, and an overstimulated, tense body, where it's so tense, it throws everything out. a digestive system that's just kind of jam-packed full of, kind of junk, a cleanse sometimes helps reboot, reset, clear it out, create space. Okay, so the mind, the body, the energy, all of that. So space, awareness and space. And without the intention of wanting to immediately fill that space with something, right? That's, I think, a very fundamentally human nature, but also just like universal law. When there's space, energy will come to fill it. So it's just how it is, right? If there's space, something will come to fill that space. It's like a universal, fundamental nature law, like laws of nature, right? So creating that space in the mind and the body and the energy field, maybe even physically decluttering, making space without the intention of immediately wanting to fill that space with something else. Just allowing it to be space so it can just be space for a minute and just kind of reset. So, so important. Okay. So physically decluttering, drinking a lot of water, hydrating, quieting the mind, even just closing your eyes and laying down for a few moments just without thinking, just allowing yourself to be, that's productive too. We think sometimes that if I'm not doing something, if I'm not being productive, then I'm being lazy, where it's not, right? Taking that 10-minute, 15-minute, 20-minute time on the couch in your day just to reset, allow your body to rest, that is productive. Allowing our body to have breaks, our mind to have breaks is productive. Our digestive system to have a break, it is productive. Just because you're not actively doing something, but the production is in that renewal of the energy. It's in the body being able to actually heal, get into a state of healing and repair, which is necessary for healthy functioning of the mind, of the body, of all the systems. It's like having your computer on all of the time and like 20 tabs open on the internet and like 3 different programs running and never turning it off, right? Like that's not good for your computer. It's not good for your body, right? So just because it's not an active state of doing doesn't mean that your body isn't actively doing. While you're resting, your body is actually actively working. It's healing. It's repairing. So important. So big message. Big message. The next card we have is discontent and boredom. So, and then we have light with 19. So 4/19 could be significant. April 19th could be significant. The 19th or the 4th could be significant. The 11th could be significant, or November could be significant. Okay, these are just 14th as well, or 41. Maybe some of you are 41 years old. Okay, so those are just some numbers, for confirmation, or perhaps important dates you can mark down on your calendar. I'm not sure. So discontent and boredom. So given that we have this space, that we've created this space for ourselves, some of us may not properly utilize that space if we should be utilizing it at all. But this discontent and boredom can speak to maybe not knowing exactly what to do with this space, what to do with the time, and so we don't actually utilize it at all, in a way where we're expending energy by being restless, discontent, bored. So still expending that energy, but not in any way that's actually productive, or even productive in a rest sense, because we're not actually resting, we're just being restless, bored. Okay, so that's where like the meditation really comes in. Even going for 10-minute walk, all of these things. So discontent and boredom. Now, in my experience, if I'm discontent and bored, it was actually something that I'm probably putting off and procrastinating, which is an interesting message because I just received that just now. But so is there something that you're actually putting off, you're avoiding? I don't know. And then we've got light. So that's right in line with Leo. So if you've been in this space where there's nothing really happening, you're not really doing anything with it, and you're not doing anything with it, but you're discontent and you're bored. Okay, so then that's coming to an end, I see. Okay, because we have light. We also have 19, which would signify like, well, actually, let's see. I want to see what my book says about it because I like to try to decode these things myself, but for some reason I'm called to the book. Oh, look, number 402 came out. No rush. Take time to ponder a choice. There is no rush to solve a problem you are presently dealing with. Feel free to spend a few days pondering and processing the various solutions that come to mind. Create a list of pros and cons, then brainstorm and meditate thoughtfully on what to do next. There's no rush. There's that always feeling like the need to be doing something, going somewhere. There's something, right, that needs our attention. There's no rush. Okay, number 19. Take care. Show yourself love. In your smallest actions today, reflect self-love. In every action you carry out, understand that the universe will reflect it back in others' actions towards you. Create a to-do list of loving things you'll do for yourself as you go about your day. Carry it with you and check it often. Okay, so allowing yourself the space, the time, and the energy to put towards yourself in loving things that you can do for yourself. Intention, okay? Intention is one of the hands down most important things. And that's because that's how we can counteract this energy of discontent and boredom, is with intention, okay? Because without that intention, then we are just kind of aimless, discontent, and bored. And we're not doing anything that's actually, it's not even like lazy, or it's not even like I'm resting. It's discontent and boredom. It's a whole other energy. And I know you know exactly what I mean. So intention, that's where intention comes through. Like, what is my intention with my current state, my current action? What is my intention? Is it to rest and rejuvenate my mind, calm my mind, calm my body, rebalance, recalibrate? Is my intention to, get to that pile of laundry and do it and just do one small thing and that's it? Is my intention to, connect with somebody? I'm feeling disconnected, so I want to connect with somebody. Is my intention to do something loving for myself? Is my intention to get something done that I've been putting off? Is my intention to just kind of enjoy this moment and watch some TV because I just want to unwind? Is my intention to just doom scroll for mindlessly for an hour? Probably not, but it happens because we don't have an intention, right? So when you pull up an app on your phone, okay, is my intention to get lost and stuck in my phone for an hour just doom scrolling? Probably not. So what is your intention with opening this app on your phone? I think just having that awareness, the constant just awareness of what is my intention with this? with this action that I'm taking right now? What is my intention with it? In that way, we can counteract that challenging energy of discontent and boredom. In that way, we can counteract expending energy in a place where it's not going anywhere, but to this spiral of procrastination, discontent, boredom, right? Which can often lead us into destructive behaviors, not constructive behaviors. Things like drinking or things like escapism in any kind of way, right? So having an intention, just kind of as an exercise throughout the day, what is my intention with this action? And I think it will extremely, I'm even going to take this and use this for myself, because I think that it just kind of occurred to me, and I think, that's actually quite useful. So, with everything you're doing, just for like the next, 3 days, what is my intention with this action? What is my intention with this action? It's okay if the intention is to just like unwind and watch some TV for an hour or 2 hours, if that's what your intention is, and snack, that's okay. But what is your intention? My intention is to, to what? My intention is to, just rest on the couch for a few minutes and reset my body and recalibrate. My intention is to, check this work email, and then I'm going to connect with, but you don't even have to step ahead. Just what is your intention with this current? If you're texting somebody, what's your intention with that? Just to connect, to make a plan, or just, like there's generally a need, and an outcome that we're hoping for. So if we can just pinpoint that with our intention and what am I looking for out of this, it will help tremendously not waste or expend more energy than you need, or keep you in this loop, this fight or flight mode, right? And allow yourself to just be present in that moment. Okay? So the awareness, the space, and the intention. Awareness, space, and intention. Okay? So, wow, I think that was actually a beautiful message today. I wasn't sure what was going to come from the message. And I thought I was going to maybe pull one more card, or more cards, but actually that, I think that was exactly what we needed to hear today. I think I'll pull just one kind of closing card, with the Magdalene manifestation cards. One of my favorite decks. It was gifted to me by a very close friend of mine, and it was actually his very close friend who had passed away, and she had a lot of these tarot decks and stuff, and I never actually met her, or if I did, it was one time, but that was like a time in my life, with pretty deep in my addictions and stuff, but so we never actually met, but it was they were such meaningful gifts, and he just felt like this is where they need to go. And so she's with me often when I use these decks, this one as well, and so I'm just so grateful. It's like we're kindred spirits, but we didn't meet until after she passed. Beautiful, sweet young woman who wanted to help so much with the addictions and the suffering and the homelessness and all of these things that are going on within our city. And just a beautiful, sweet, intelligent young woman, and I'm so blessed to be able to work with her, and have this connection with her even after her passing. And so these cards are very special to me. Okay. So let's just see what comes out. Her name was Maddie, by the way. So Okay. So a closing card, please. With advice or anything like that. Okay, what do we have? Divine relationships, vibrational leadership. Okay, and so this would be the like sigil for that. Energetic leadership creates the extraordinary. See the divine within all and easily upgrade your relationships. And I will read it out of the book as well because it kind of goes more in depth. So divine relationships, vibrational leadership. Okay, where is it? Just give me a moment as I find this. Divine relationships, vibrational leadership. Oh, here we are. Yeah. So this is page 45. The number 45 could be significant for you. That is going from a stable foundational place to some change, excitement, and recalibrating to a new situation or reality. Okay, that's just some insight off for the number 45. I highly, highly recommend this deck. It's so beautiful. It is like a literal work of art and just beautiful energy, all of it. Divine relationships resource. So this is a resource. Vibrational leadership. Energetic leadership creates the extraordinary. See the divine within all and easily upgrade your relationships. The Divine Relationships Code is a fierce call to curate and actualize extraordinary relationships of true partnership based on source energy. This code encourages you to circulate more divine energy in your relationships, to see the divine in your creations, in yourself, and also in someone you may have friction with. Okay. Allow and amplify source energy to flow in all your interactions, those that are seen and those in the non-physical realm. As more source energy flows into your relationship with yourself, you reclaim your innate capacity to be a vibrational leader, to lead and model from multidimensional energy. Vibrational leadership is where you focus your vibration in the direction of your true north, your heart and soul's knowing, and your deepest desires. This code assists you in leading yourself in the creation of that which you truly desire. As you focus your energy, attention, and action toward what you desire, and that focus is intention, remember, okay? So as you focus your energy, attention, and action toward what you desire, the universe and those around you respond in kind. When this card comes into your spread, it may be an indication that you have deferred your leadership to an outside source, and it is time to take back the reins of being a creator who is fully grounded in your seat as a vibrational leader. It may be that you have underestimated the potency of your presence and the ripple effect this has had and continues to have, not only in your life, but also in those around you, and the larger evolution in consciousness. Our energy is so potent where, people can feel our energy. Whether or not we say a word, people can feel our energy, our personality, our almost like our just our energy, right, that we're giving off. I mean, you know, so, and it has an effect, right? That's why it's so important to be mindful of our energy and like, what are we putting out there? You know, what are we putting out there? How are we maybe affecting not only ourselves and our own reality, but somebody else's, you know? It's just like an inventory check, or like, you know, just checking yourself. We all have to do that, you know, to check ourselves, because, you know, is it really what we want our intention and our focus to be? Is it really, or is it just like an unconscious working that we've developed over time, trauma, resentments, things like that, that we've allowed to just, a program that we've allowed to just run subconsciously, right? So just that self-check. Okay. So, because, you know, it's like, be the vibrational leader, you know, be an energetic leader. Lead with your own energy, right? And if it can be a healthy, you know, inquisitive, uplifting, encouraging, you know, energy, just imagine what, you know, that would do, right, to the energy around you and those that come into contact with it. Vibrational leadership is where you are a leader who honors all around you, and you model what is possible through the multidimensional field of love that surrounds you and your projects. Right? So this, if you've, you know, had a project that you're working on, or a goal or a focus or an intention that you've been working on, and it's just not been happening, it's not been, you know, like the return isn't coming, you know, in the way that you've been wanting or hoping or expecting it, you know, it's like that self-check. What energy am I actually unconsciously or subconsciously or even consciously putting out there? And is that, you know, is that having an effect on what I'm receiving back? So it's like this, you know, it's never, I don't want to say that, like, it's, you know, if we're doing something out of a desperate place, for instance, me, like, you know, I've throughout the past year, like, I've been in a lot of situations that, even though they are desperate situations, or, you know, but then also carrying that into like, okay, well, now it's like, it's not really desperate, but it's something that I want so badly that it's coming from a desperate place. Well, you say, for instance, I'm looking for a house, a place to live, and it's just been, you know, block after block after block, just hitting wall after wall after wall. You know what, but I'm also, I've been coming at it from a desperate place. So then, even if I were to receive, you know, this place or this solution, that's the energy that would be carried into that manifestation. So, you know, coming back to that present moment of I'm actually okay, I've actually got everything I need. As of this very moment, there's nothing that's a dire situation. So, okay, maybe I have everything I need, I'm where I'm supposed to be, and when the circumstances, the place, the timing, my own circumstances and situations are all where they need to be, as the universe is so divine and intelligent, it knows even when I don't, right? If I can just wait, like, you know, it'll happen when it's supposed to, when it all aligns, and it's, you know, and so then I can come at this from not a desperate place, but a place of like, I'm not running from something, I'm moving towards something, you know, and so it's just a different vibrational frequency all in itself. And so what I get back out of that is, I wasn't coming at it from a place of desperation, so what I'm going to get back isn't going to be a desperate manifestation that may not really work out for me in the end. So, I mean, all I can do is use my own experience, right? To like kind of convey what I'm trying to say. So what intention, what is the intention, what is the focus, what is the goal, what is the aim? You need to know where you are. It's like Jordan Peterson says, like, if you need to know where you are before you know where you're going, right? If I have a goal and an aim to get here, well, first I have to know from where am I starting, you know? It's so yeah. Okay. So when you are connected to Source every day, you're in a high vibration, which magnifies your results on the physical plane. Plus, it feels divine to be aligned with the divine, within and without. You may feel called to create a divine relationship spread to deepen your Source union, or to amplify your connection with the Magdalens, your manifestation team, and your higher self. As a Magdalene, it is innate for you to have primary and vital relationships with the multidimensional planes and love beings. Perhaps you would like to have a deeper connection with your guides, or you have a question you would like to receive direct guidance on from your higher self or the Magdalens. Cultivate your question and draw as many cards as you are called to. Then spend a few minutes gazing at the glyphs before closing your eyes, gently relaxing. Notice your sensations and see what arises. The guidance may come right away in a dream or through an experience the next day. Be sure to write down the impressions, guidance, and clarity you receive. All right. Well, you guys, that was the reading for today. I just want to thank you all for joining me. I hope you found something that was helpful, a message that was helpful, something that resonated, maybe some solutions or just some thoughts to ponder on. Also, let me just do this prayer because I didn't actually do it at the beginning. I'm trying to remember to do this at the beginning, but I'm remembering now. So I just want to acknowledge and that I live, reside, and work on Treaty 6 land. I want to acknowledge and thank with deep love and appreciation the guardians of this land and their ancestors. And I just want to acknowledge and to give my thanks and my prayers to the guardians of this land and their ancestors, their teachings, how they continue to teach us, to guide us, and share with us then and now. So thank you. Okay, I think that is everything. Thank you to my spirit team, my guides, to Maddie, who is always with me when I'm doing these readings, and to you guys for joining me. Okay, that is everything. Please have a beautiful rest of your day, evening, and reach out to me if you are requiring any clarification, any support in any way. You're not alone. Reach out. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can reach me at airwavegypsy@hotmail.com, and I will leave the email in the description box below. Okay, or if there's any other way I can support you, please reach out and let me know. Okay, have a good evening, everybody. See ya.